Like sometimes I think, did I make a mistake coming out here? I spent all this money that's just gone down the drain. I could have been back home in the UK working my nice, safe, cushy job.
G'day everyone, hope you're all doing well out there. Well, I'm off to speak to a young expat entrepreneur who lost 40,000 US dollars on a business deal here in Bangkok. So let's go and check out his story and see if we can learn something. I hope you can join me. G'day everybody. Well, we have Steve with us today, who is an expat, young expat living over here. And I actually met Steve in our condo lift, wasn't it?
Yeah, met you in the elevator and you're carrying that big old box.
So what are the odds? Just when you think you're the only expat in the block, I came in from a shopping trip one day, got in the elevator and I bumped into Steve. And since then, we've been out for a couple of beers and chatted all things expat. So I thought it would be very, very interesting and also knowledgeable for a lot of younger expats out there to hear your story about how you got here, why you're here, where did it all begin?
Where did it all begin? So I've been living out here in Thailand for about 4 years. Before I was living in the UK, down in the southeast. Initially I came out here, I think it's right after COVID, and I went to stay up in Pisanalok. I'm half Thai, my mother's Thai, so I went to stay with her for a bit. And then after 6 months, I moved down here to Bangkok.
So your heritage is?
English Thai, so dad's English, mother's from Thailand.
And where are you from in England?
Near Gatwick in the southeast. So growing up, I used to come out to Thailand every year, every summer. Then I took quite a long, 10-year break, and then decided to come back out again.
So were you born here?
I was born in the UK.
What made you decide to come to Thailand over UK?
I guess, well, one contributing factor is the fact that I'm half Thai, so I already have family here. I'm already sort of accustomed to it growing up.
Yeah.
But I've been to other countries, I've been to America, but Thailand, apart from being half Thai, has all the other benefits like the weather, the people, the culture, the super cheap living cost.
Yeah.
People are friendly, all the typical cliche stuff.
Yeah, yeah.
When living in the UK, I'd saved up my normal salary, but I had also made some investments. And this was after the crypto boom, so a lot of those investments went quite high.
Yeah.
And so right now, I'm pretty much just living off everything I've saved up. And apart from my little online side projects, that's sort of like keeping me sustained.
When you came out here, did you have a kind of firm plan of what you were going to do, or did you just wing it?
So my initial goal was to start a skincare brand.
Yep.
And so, yeah, the first year I was focused on that, going to meetings, finding a manufacturer, doing this and that. In my head, I was so determined. I probably made the rookie mistake that very naive, entrepreneur, bragging to your friends about it, tell them how I'm doing this before I've actually started it. But I spent a lot of my time meeting up with different manufacturers, reviewing their products. I made a really dumb mistake by depositing quite a big chunk of money for 10k units with one company, but then backing out of that just because we had some disagreements. then doing that same mistake again with another company.
You jumped into a business without your market research.
Yeah, it's all on me. I read all the videos. I think since I had a lot of money saved up, and I was like, I guess I didn't have any real experience running my own business, and I just thought it can't be that hard. Social media, anyone can do it. You see these viral videos get loads of views, and then you just think, oh, easy, just copy it. So after I found the manufacturer, we made a contract. It was sort of like a consignment deal where I'd pay 50% up front, so I didn't have to produce it all at once, and then I could just get them to produce them as I need it. But and I deposited for 10,000 units, which is probably a really stupid mistake looking back. But in my head, I thought, yeah, there's no way it can fail. My branding looks amazing. It smells good. Everyone I spoke to, aka my friends and family, said it was great. Like
as they do.
Yeah. And so, yeah, so I made quite a lot of mistakes. But it was all a learning experience. I regret losing the money a bit, but overall,
How much?
About $1 million baht-ish.
What's that, about 10,000? Oh no, a million. What's a million baht?
$1 million baht. I think it's about
It's gotta be-
$40,000, $30,000. Yeah, it's $30K. I need to calculate it.
So 30 grand. So you lost the deposit, lost the 30 grand?
Yeah, so lots of these companies, the minimum quantity is about 10K units per fragrance.
Right.
Of all the companies that I went with or that I wanted to work with.
Yeah.
Just because they have better standards than some of the other ones. But they were offering me, saying they could do 5K minimum per fragrance, but I had to do the deal fast because they said they're able to offer me this because they're currently making a purchase order and they could include mine. So I was like, okay, let's do it. And I did this before actually checking if they could actually produce what I wanted. They said they could. I just thought, oh, they're not going to lie or say they can do something that they can't.
So is this a perfume that you were, what were you
Oh,
making?
so this was body lotion. So originally when I was in the UK, I wanted to make a brand for your hands.
Yeah.
Because I used to get really dry hands back in the UK.
Yeah.
And also because after taking a poop, make you smell good.
Yeah,
But
What,
well-
you lather up after the poop or before the poop?
after you're washing your hands, got to smell fresh in the office, you know.
Okay.
Or some cute
Oh,
girl
so
walks
you
by.
wash your hands and then
Yeah, and then make yourself-
you apply.
Yeah. Don't lather up before. So yeah, in Thailand, I don't think hand lotion. I don't think it's as big out here.
Yeah,
And
right.
everyone was telling me to do body lotion. So I was
Yes,
like, okay, I can do
yes.
that. And then I was thinking, oh, I'll do like sunscreen SPF. And so I was going to do SPF lotion.
Yeah.
But that ended up being a bit more expensive, and to me, it wasn't worth the profit, the amount of profit I would have made per lotion.
Yeah.
And then all the girls out here use whitening, so it became a whitening lotion. Although I think one of the manufacturers told me how whitening doesn't actually do anything; it's just purely for marketing. But yeah,
That's so cruel, isn't it? Because I know that especially in Southeast Asia, they they all go for these whitening creams.
yeah. Like one of the popular things out here is gluta, I think
Yeah.
they call it. But he told me how gluta doesn't actually whiten your skin; it just gives it a shine.
There you go, people. Any of your whitening creams, you've heard it from
Yeah, but
a
if you're-
semi-experienced professional here from the horse's mouth.
Yeah, and
It's bollocks.
yeah, like one manufacturer. I don't. There's probably some stuff that does whiten your skin, but I think that's much more like you get at the pharmacy, not your typical daily stuff you can just buy OTC. I think another mistake I made was I initially just wanted to do 3 main fragrances. Also, I wanted to start small, but I guess I made another mistake of bringing at the time, my ex into the business and giving her too much, I don't know, sort of like giving her not too much power, but listening to her ideas. So I ended up going from 3 fragrances to 8 fragrances. So I don't know, a lot of silly mistakes.
So with your deposit, did you get anything out of your 30 grand?
So I got probably, I think, under about 2,000, 3,000 units. So we had one buyer in Cambodia. They actually own a brand that's semi-popular out here. I forgot the name of it. It's like, has bear in it. Their branding is similar to what my branding was. It's like cutesy for young girls. And initially I thought they were a scammer, the way they were talking to me on the line app. But I know it wasn't as professional as I'm used to. But
Yeah.
but they turned out to be legit. Sent them about just under 1,000 units. So that gave me a big confidence boost, but it wasn't very sustainable because they weren't making repeat orders.
So you sold 1,000 units?
Yeah, just under to them. We did consignment with different stores. So I wanted to get into things like Watson's, Even Boy, never heard back from them.
So how much do you think, all in all, after selling a little bit, all your late post production marketing, I would call it, how much you reckon you're out of pocket
Yeah, so I think
in US dollars roughly?
USD. If 1 million baht is about 30k USD, I guess 30k USD ish. It's probably more, but I don't like to think about it.
Yeah. So it could be 40.
It could be, probably is, to be honest. But
All right, we'll
yeah.
call it. Well, it doesn't matter. I mean, up to me, if you lose a chunk like that with 30 and 40,
Yeah, it was-
what's 10 grand between
yeah,
friends,
it was
right?
a pricey, I guess, learning experience.
What did you learn from that exercise as a entrepreneur?
Yeah, definitely. Like, you watch videos and they always say to do your research, and you think, or me at least, I thought, oh, I don't need to do all this research. I know what's going to happen. I know how it's going to go down.
Yeah.
But then when it comes to reality, and it doesn't start going your way, yeah, it doesn't feel so great. So yeah, definitely actually do your market research.
Do you think it was a Thailand issue that the product failed, or do you think it was?
I think it was a me fail, not doing enough research, because, yeah, I think as well, the market I was trying to get into is so saturated. There's so many brands and stuff. I thought, because my branding was very, I thought it stood out because it was like, had a cute teddy bear as the logo. So I was thinking lots of young girls use social media. And I guess one of the mistakes I made as well was I wanted to sell a premium product to have better margins, but I was also marketing at young girls who probably don't have as much to spend.
Yes.
So I was kind of conflicting two separate markets into one.
Yeah.
And so yeah, the price I was trying to sell at about 200 baht for 100 ml lotion. For some brands, that's pretty cheap. Other brands, that seems way overpriced. But depends on the person you're selling to. But me, for young girls, it's probably slightly above what a typical Thai student would normally afford.
So what is your trade? What's your profession?
So back in the UK, I worked as a web software developer. Used to do that full time. So now I still do coding, but just for my own online projects.
Did you do a degree in programming, like computer science?
I didn't go to. I went to college, but I dropped out.
Yeah.
And so I'm just self-taught coding.
Wow. Oh, that's amazing. And now, what are you doing now?
So now, yeah, still do coding, but on my own projects. So one of my projects is an online booking system for like small businesses.
Would you have started a startup like that, or a business in the UK similar to what you did here?
Yeah, I would have done it regardless of location.
Yeah.
So for skincare, yeah, initially I was going to do that in the UK. The only thing that I changed, not that I started it or not, it's just what I was going to sell.
Yeah. I'm imagining it would be cheaper here in Thailand to produce.
Yeah, so here,
by a margin.
Yeah, so here's definitely cheaper than the West. I think China is even cheaper. Yeah. But so I actually contacted, I think it was a whole bunch of Chinese manufacturers. So this was whilst I was in the UK.
Yeah.
So the Chinese companies were much cheaper, but the quality of the products just was so low or below what I wanted to sell, which is why I pivoted to looking at other countries. And then I started thinking about, I'm half Thai, why don't I just do Thailand? Because I started Googling, seeing other companies in Thailand exist that manufacture stuff.
Yeah.
So I was thinking, I've got all this money saved up as well. I was like, why am I working every day making this amount of money when I've already got this and I could be doing something with it? So I was thinking, and at the same time, I was quite miserable with my life, 9 to 5, thinking, what's the long-term goal? I don't want to be doing this for the rest of my life. I want to change it.
Yeah.
And I was thinking, like all the videos saying, be the change, do it today. Finally, I'd actually just got transferred to a new position. I got a big pay increase as well. And I thought I'd be happy because, big pay increase.
Yeah.
Although, so when I initially worked in Gatwick and my daily commute was about 20 minutes. So when I moved to my new job, the commute, the salary was much higher, but the commute was also much higher, like an hour there, an hour back.
Yes.
And when I started thinking that's 2 hours a day
Yeah.
of my life just sat in a car. And
what was the job? What was the role that you were doing?
so I was the same web developer.
Oh, web developer.
Yeah, so like full stack, front end, back end.
Yeah.
And I thought, having this pay rise would make me, I don't know, feel more motivated, more happy. But initially it did, like for the first week.
Yes.
And hey, it was a great company, the people, the vibes. I just started thinking, like, why am I doing this? Like, I'm quite privileged in that I have the choice to be doing what I want to. I'm not actually forced to be doing this, so why am I doing this? So I ended up finally just biting the bullet. I quit that new job, and I remember like telling my team leader that I want to leave, and I felt so bad because I was worried that I think I'm leaving because of them, but it was just because of how I was feeling my life in that moment. And but yeah, that was probably one of the hardest things to do, just because to me it was such a good career path. And I thought I'd just put it all on pause to do my own thing. And yeah, so 4 years later, I don't regret it. I've made a lot of losses, but at the same time, I see it as a learning experience. I don't really regret too much. Maybe I regret some people that I meet. Although also those are like good learning experiences as well, like who to avoid in the future. Like I see everything as like a learning experience. And yeah, so I made a lot of mistakes, made some good mistakes as well. So far, I guess I'm still on my path. Not sure where I'm going to end up, but yeah, still waiting to find out.
But you seem you seem happy and a positive. You still have a positive outlook, which is awesome.
Yeah. So there'll be like when I was in the focusing on the skincare business, there was definitely nights and days where I was just so stressed out.
Yeah.
And I think that's impossible to avoid if you're like doing your own thing. But overall, you get past those moments, and you sort of just need to appreciate where you are right now. Like sometimes I think, did I make a mistake coming out here? I spent all this money that's just gone down the drain. I could have been back home in the UK working my nice, safe, cushy job. But then I just think, like I talk to my coder buddies who still live in the UK, and they usually moan to me how back to the office on Monday morning, and that sort of like makes me appreciate where I am right now. Like some days may be more stressful than others, but not having to follow that routine of getting up, going to the office, sitting in traffic. Instead, I can just wake up when I want to. I guess now it's different responsibility, as in I need to make sure I do stick to a routine and actually don't become some like lazy bum. Like now, I appreciate my time so much. Yeah, like back when I was working in the West, time felt much more like if I wanted to go somewhere, I could only either do it on a weekend or have to book time off work. And then, what was it? At my place, it was about 25, 28 days a year. I was thinking that's like 4 weeks, including the weekends. I just thought, what the hell? Because at the time, I was dating a girl in America.
Yeah.
I had family in Thailand. I was like, man, I can only literally go to Thailand and America like 2 times a year if it was 2 weeks at each location. I just thought, man, like I felt so trapped. Like people probably have worse off situations, but for me,
yes,
that I guess I had quite a nice upbringing, so I just wanted more freedom to not have to worry and stress about things like that.
Yeah.
And now, living as I do now, I don't need to worry about those things.
So would it be fair to say that that the happiness goes beyond money?
Definitely. Before I also thought it's all about the money, and money 100% helps because that also provides you with the time and freedom. But yeah, the time and freedom to me is like the most important.
Having your own time and your own freedom here has been empowering for you. But what does a day look like for you? What does a routine day look like for you?
So as of right now, it's quite different compared to when I first came out here. When I first came out here, I was pretty much contacting like different manufacturers every day, trying to arrange meetings, to do reviews and stuff. So I was very busy being out of the apartment all the time, just trying to meet people and network. Now it's calmed down quite a bit. Since I just work from home on my online stuff, I can pretty much just work anywhere. So a lot of times I'll just work in my apartment, but that gets quite boring, so I like a change of scenery. Or if I feel I'm getting a bit too lazy or procrastinating a bit too much looking at YouTube, I like to force myself to go work at a cafe. So often I'll probably usually just be at some random cafe that I haven't been to in a while. So maybe at Starbucks or some other like local one. So usually pop onto the BTS, walk at a cafe the whole day, and just head back home.
Obviously, Bangkok has a lot of entertainment here, especially for you young guys.
Yeah, that's true.
How have you handled that? Have you fallen into any of the usual traps that many of the expats do?
I think when I first came out here, I was going to the nightlife, very often, as I think most guys probably do. But yeah, now after being out here for 4 years, I don't really do that as much now. Like the nightlife, the bars, the clubs.
How long were you doing that for? How long did it take to get that out of your system?
Yeah, so I was pretty much going out, not every night, but nearly every other night. Going to the clubs, going to the bars, as most guys do when you first come out here. For me, it was when I met my first Thai girlfriend, that sort of like locked me down a bit. And yeah, after that, stopped going to the bars and stuff. Although, since being here, I've dated two girls, and so now I'm single again.
Yeah.
So I've popped to the bars, but nowhere near as much as when I first initially came out here, because it feels like I've been there, done that. Maybe once in the full moon, I'll have that urge to just to relax, let off some steam. But now, I guess I just don't really have the urge to do it as much.
Yes.
And from my dating life as well. I guess the last person I dated was more on the expensive side of things. So I'm in no hurry to date again. if I find someone who matches my chemistry, we get on well, then sure. But before, I was actively seeking a girlfriend, using other dating apps. But now, I don't use any dating site or app. I might use some site just chat casually, but I'm not like actively seeking. Just right now, just focusing on the online businesses.
Obviously, you're in the same condo unit as mine. Can you share with us? Because I've been in Steve's place and it's bigger than my place, marginally. How much do you pay for your condo, and what are we looking at here?
So right now, I only pay about 16,000 for the condo rent. Electricity, I pay, I think the average is about 1,500, depending on the hot, rainy season. And water, I think it only comes to about 100 a month.
Do you run the AC all the time, or what's your...
Yeah, so right now, I think it's the rainy season, so it's relatively cool. So a lot of the time, I just have the fan on. But yeah, I'll put the AC on in the morning just to cool it down and then put the fan on. But during the summer, I'll pretty much have it on all day. So if I had the same lifestyle in England, I'll be paying so much more money. Like in the West, So in the West, I was much more concerned with saving money. I guess now I do try to save money, but in the West, I just wouldn't spend on anything or ever treat myself.
Yes.
But here, I'll treat myself a bit more, just I guess because it's a bit more casual, but it's so cheap as well. So it's money-wise, it's...
Isn't it ironic how we earn these big salaries? And I was the same. I was on an awesome salary back in Australia, but I couldn't afford to eat out or even go to the bar. It was so expensive.
Yeah, like the mentality is very different living in the West or out here.
Now I have to stop myself from going to the bar and eating out because, I can afford it.
It's so much cheaper, but you have to like restrain yourself somewhat.
Absolutely. It's bizarre, isn't it? The irony of that, the different challenges living in the West and then living here.
Yeah.
So what does your social life look like now?
So right now, my social life, I don't really have too much of a social life. I don't really go out that much.
Yeah.
For entertainment, a lot of nights I just spend in either on YouTube or back in the West. I used to be a big gamer. Got the gaming PC.
Yes.
So
have you got the gaming PC here?
Yeah. So I bought a new gaming PC out here.
Yeah.
For the first year or two, I just had the old MacBook and I was coding or working on skincare all the time.
Yeah.
But now I ended up getting the gaming PC because that gaming urge sort of came back.
Yes.
Although now I've got more time to game, I game less than I did back in the West.
What's your favourite part about Bangkok, or what's your favourite thing about this city?
Bangkok, I think it's the fact that there's something always nearby. Like I've lived up north in Pisana Lock, and that is very nice and pleasant. One thing I hate about the city is the traffic,
Yeah.
But
We'll get to that.
yeah, do want to bring up too early, but but yeah, the positive of Bangkok is just that there's usually like a big mega mall nearby. If there's something you want to do, you can do it. Like if you're into like activities, there's rock climbing, sports halls, shopping malls, cinema, water parks. There's literally anything you want to do. You can just do everything here in Bangkok. You don't need to travel hours away.
Yeah.
Compared to living up north, where it's nice and pleasant, but it might be a bit too quiet. If I was single, I'd probably prefer to live somewhere more, a bit more suburban. But as a single person as well, here, you never feel lonely as well, just because it's so busy.
Yeah.
Yeah, sometimes walking in my apartment every day, I might feel a bit isolated or a bit of a hermit. So going to a nice cafe, you see other people working at the same time. That also motivates you, stops you procrastinating because you know people around you are working.
Yeah.
But you also, as a single person, I think you just feel less isolated and alone. Even though you might not be directly interacting with people around you, you just don't feel so lonely somewhat. Whilst if I was living in another city out in the countryside, I imagine myself going a bit crazy if I was completely alone and isolated. So I guess the social aspect of it is nice, and yeah.
Do you think having a partner helps with the isolation and loneliness? Is there a difference between being single out here and having a partner over here?
Yeah, definitely. Especially if you can't speak Thai, having a Thai partner 100% helps. But at the same time, I think it can also have a negative impact. For me, I ended up relying too much on my partner. Like when I first came out here, I was trying to learn the language a bit more because I was forced to interact. But after I started dating, I no longer had to do that. So I sort of stagnated in terms of learning the Thai language, and just ended up using my now ex as a translator.
Yeah.
And also like it just made me interact less with like the locals because I no longer needed to because my girlfriend did it for me. But now that I'm single, I'm sort of interacting more with locals again. Like actually, now I'm taking Thai lessons because I want to improve my Thai, and yeah, I don't want to have to rely on someone to just live and do basic things.
Are you the same person that you were before you got here 4 years ago?
I think I've changed quite a bit actually in terms of like back in the West, since I was indoors all the time, like when I was not in the office and I wasn't really outgoing, I was quite the hermit. I'm working in the office, just gaming all the time, not really socializing or going out much. Since coming out to Bangkok, Thailand, yeah, I guess I'm much more outgoing now. I spend a lot of time on the computer, well, that's because I'm coding. But yeah, I'm much more outgoing. I'm probably, I started like in the West, I never went to the gym. Out here, I became very active, started working out more. Although now I've got a shoulder injury, so that's cooled down a bit.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think I've become much more social, more open to like meeting people. Before I was a bit more, I wouldn't say closed-minded, but just not as, like it's more introverted.
Yes.
Now. I'm still introverted, I'd say, but I'm just more open and more like open to meeting people and whatnot.
Yeah. So what advice would you give a young digital nomad who's planning to come and live out here in Bangkok?
So if I was to come out here for the first time again, I'll probably do a little research into what type of lifestyle I want, and then based on that, sort of decide where I want to live. But at the same time, like right now, I just rent, but each year I'm moving to a different area in Bangkok. I'm not settled down to a single place yet. I'm still exploring after 4 years to see what areas I like and what parts I don't like. So if you want if you're coming out here and you just want like the casual laid back, Bangkok might not be for you because Bangkok's quite a busy city.
If you had to decide all over again, would you still come out to Bangkok?
Yeah, 100%. I have no regrets about coming out here. The only regrets I have is, just to do with business decisions. But Bangkok as a location, in a country, Thailand, probably my favorite place to live. I've been to a whole bunch of different countries, like UK, America, Romania, Finland.
Wow.
Thailand, for me, I may have a slight bias just because I'm half Thai, but still, the people and culture are so friendly. Like in the West, certain areas, one thing about Thailand that I find, still find so crazy. Like living out here now, it doesn't seem crazy, but if I was to do it in the West, it would seem crazy. Like you can go to Starbucks, leave your MacBook, all your expensive items, go to the toilet, go to another place, order a drink from some other place, go missing for an hour, come back, don't have to worry about it at all. In America or the UK, no way I'd do that. I'd bring everything with me to the toilet, let alone leave it for a whole hour.
So putting aside all the negative press lately for obvious reasons, is Bangkok a safe place?
100% safe. I think it's much safer than all the other places I've visited. Bangkok's, definitely. I think it's even safer. I think even the suburban cities are pretty safe. But Bangkok city itself, you just never feel unsafe. For me personally, I've never felt in a situation where I've had to grab my wallet. Maybe in certain areas where there's certain tourists or foreigners.
Yes.
But when it comes to Thais, never unsafe.
What's the best thing about Bangkok?
The best thing about Bangkok for me is that if there's anything you want to eat or do, it's pretty much in walking distance, no matter where in Bangkok you are.
What's the worst thing about Bangkok?
The worst thing, I'd say the traffic.
The biggest myth about Thailand?
One of the biggest myths, I think, is a lot of people think Thailand in general is a poor country, or they call it third world. But if you come to Bangkok, it's pretty much more advanced, I'd say, than a lot of cities in the West. Because you've got all these big mega malls, you've got all these modern day activities you can do. I'd say Bangkok is very first world compared to a lot of other places.
I agree with you. What's one place everyone should visit?
One place that I really liked about Bangkok, I forgot the name of the building, but it's the tallest building in all of Thailand, the King Mahanakhon, and it just has such an amazing view. Even if you're not really into heights, it's just, the view is amazing, spectacular.
Is that the one that looks like a Roblox?
Yeah, it's got a really weird...
the weird Minecraft looking thing.
Looks like it's crumbling apart, but the view's just spectacular.
Yeah. I love the architecture. Architecture in this city, to me, is just amazing. And I love the mixed architecture.
Yeah.
From the different eras. What's one thing you'd never do again?
One thing I've never...
I've got plenty of those.
Probably get blackout drunk at Khao San, because I got very drunk and then I got knocked out. And suddenly back home, locked outside my house because I couldn't remember the code to get into my house, so I was stuck outside all morning.
That's a good one. I think getting blackout drunk anywhere in Thailand is not a good thing.
Yeah, you should drink responsibly.
Yes, that's a very good tip. Now, I have this thing called the Life Fit score that I give every location that I do a review on. And I'm going to ask the 5 questions, and you're going to give me a score out of 10 for Bangkok. And the first one is affordability.
Affordability, I'd give it a 10 because it can be the most expensive or the cheapest. It just depends on your lifestyle and what you want to do.
So give it a 10?
Yeah, definitely.
Wow, that's a big one. That's a good score. What about health and access?
Health and access, I'll give that also a high score. I'd say 9, just because there's a lot of good private healthcare out here.
Yeah.
And a lot of international doctors. So pretty much, if you need a specific doctor, they're definitely here. But it can just be quite pricey. But compared to the West, it's still very affordable.
And lifestyle?
Lifestyle, I'm gonna have to give it another really high score, like a 10, just because even though we're in the city, there's so many sports halls and gyms and indoor rock climbing places. We're relatively close to the beach, so you can do beach stuff. So activities, 10, because you can do everything here.
Wow, that's getting up there. So what about, what would you give this place for expat community out of 10?
For expats, so I haven't really mingled with many expats. I think there's good guys, bad guys, but in general, I'd give it a 5, I guess, just because I think there's a stereotype of why they come out here and what they spend most of their time doing.
Yeah. And what about long-term living?
Long-term living, I'd give it a 10, because otherwise I wouldn't be here still after 4 years.
That's great. So all in all, it sounds like your score is going to be one of the highest anyone's rated Bangkok, which would be, I think, without getting the calculator out, you're looking at a high 9 out of 10 for Bangkok in total.
Yeah, definitely, because if you compare it to any other city in the West,
Yeah.
I don't see Bangkok having any like negatives versus a typical city in the West.
Yeah.
Like other cities outside of Bangkok in Thailand might be a bit more urban or rural and don't have as many facilities, but Bangkok, you know, it just has everything that you could want or need.
Well, Steve, you've been an absolute legend. You're actually been a surprise package for someone that I've just randomly met in my own condo. It's been a pleasure doing this interview with you, and I thank you so much for giving us your time and sharing your life with our community, because it's really important for me to, you know, share and give people just the heads up and a tip if they've never been out here.
Yeah, it's been my pleasure doing your interview.
Well, thank you so much, man, and we'll see you at the golf. I think we're gonna go and play some golf now that I know there's a nice drive range here.
Yeah.
So I look forward to having a beer with Steve, and thank you so much everybody for watching. If you enjoyed this interview, please hit like and subscribe, and we'll put a link in there if you need some moisturising lotion.
Or a booking system.
And the booking system.
Peace out.
Take care everyone, see yous. If you're enjoying my videos and this channel, I'd like to ask a small favour. Did you know that only 20% of you have actually subscribed to the channel? That means 80% of you who are watching on a regular basis haven't hit that subscribe button yet. Now, a lot of people don't realise that subscribing to a YouTube channel is free. It costs you absolutely no money, no financial commitment whatsoever. But what it does do is tells YouTube that you're enjoying our content and helps us grow and develop through their algorithm. Back to my small favour. I do this job full-time now, and the only way my channel can grow is with your help. And the best support you can give me right now is take 2 seconds and hit that subscribe button. I really appreciate your support.